This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Always do your own research and consult a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. The average American carries over $6,000 in credit card debt. At a standard 24% interest rate, that person will pay more than $1,400 per year, just in interest. Not paying down the debt, just keeping it alive. And here's what makes this extraordinary. Credit card companies spent billions of dollars designing the system that made this happen. This isn't an accident. It isn't bad luck. It's architecture. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on exactly how the debt trap was built, and more importantly, how you walk out of it. Let's start with a simple truth about how banks make money. When you deposit $1,000 in a savings account, your bank pays you maybe 0.5% interest. Then they lend that same money to someone else at 24%. The spread, that 23.5% gap, is the business model. Banks are not in the business of helping you save. They are in the business of lending. And the longer you stay in debt, the more profitable you are as a customer. This isn't cynical. It's just accounting. Understanding this reframes everything about how you should interact with financial products. Credit cards were invented in 1950. The first one was the Diners Club card, used by businessmen for restaurant meals. For the first 2 decades, you had to pay your balance in full every month. Then, in the 1970s, everything changed. Banks successfully lobbied to remove interest rate caps. They introduced the minimum payment, a number deliberately calculated to keep you indebted for as long as possible. Pay the minimum on a $5,000 balance at 24% interest. You'll be paying it off for 17 years, and you'll have paid nearly $8,000 in interest on top of the original $5,000. The minimum payment isn't a kindness. It's a retention mechanism. And it gets more sophisticated from there. Credit card companies don't just use math, they use psychology. Decoupling. Paying with a card feels less real than paying with cash. Studies show people spend 12 to 18% more when using cards versus cash. The physical pain of loss is literally numbed. Reward loops, cashback, points, miles. These programs are extraordinarily effective for the bank. Research shows reward card holders spend 24% more than non-reward card holders. The average person redeems far less than they earn. The bank keeps the rest, anchoring to the minimum. When your statement shows a minimum payment of $35 next to a total balance of $4,200, your brain anchors to $35. It feels manageable. That's intentional design. Credit score as a leash. The credit scoring system rewards you for using credit and punishes you for not having credit. You are incentivized to carry debt to prove you can manage debt. It's circular by design. Here's the number that should keep you up at night. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that cannot compound. If you invested $1,400 per year, the amount the average debtor pays in credit card interest, at a 10% market return for 30 years, that's $230,000. Your credit card debt isn't just costing you $1,400 a year. It's costing you $250,000 in retirement wealth. Debt is the opposite of compounding. It is negative compounding, working against you every single day. So how do you get out? 2 methods work. Pick the one that fits your psychology. The avalanche method. List all debts by interest rate, highest to lowest. Throw every extra dollar at the highest rate debt first. Mathematically optimal. Saves the most money. The snowball method. List all debts by balance. Smallest to largest. Pay off the smallest one first. Less mathematically efficient, but the psychological wins of eliminating debts keeps most people on track longer. Research by Harvard Business School actually found snowball users pay off debt faster in practice. Once you're out, use credit cards for the rewards. Pay them in full, every month, without exception. Let me give you a number. Turn their change how you think about this forever. If you invest $400 a month, starting at 25, at a 9% average annual return, you'll have $1.4 million by 65. That's $192,000 of your own money and $1.2 million of compound growth. You contributed 14 cents of every dollar you ended up with. Now push the start date back to 35. Same $400 a month. Same 9% return. You end up with $596,000. Still life-changing, but $800,000 less. For waiting 10 years. That's not a rounding error. That's the price of a decade of, I'll start when things calm down. Things don't calm down. Life doesn't pause so you can get financially ready. The people who build wealth don't wait for the right moment. They build the system and let time do the work. Automation is the secret weapon nobody talks about. When the money moves before you see it, you never miss it. When you have to manually transfer it, willpower enters the equation. And willpower always loses eventually. Set it up once, leave it alone, show up in 30 years. Here's the reframe that changes everything. You're not bad with money. You were handed a system specifically designed to extract money from you. And nobody explained how it worked. The minimum payment wasn't a convenience feature. The reward points weren't a gift. The credit score wasn't designed to help you. They were designed to maximize your lifetime value as a borrower. Now you know the architecture. That changes your position. You're not fighting willpower anymore. You're fighting a system, and systems can be beaten with better systems. Automate your debt payments above the minimum. Set a hard rule. No new credit card debt unless you can pay it in full at the end of the month. Treat your future self like a business partner you owe a return to. The trap only works if you don't see it. You see it now. The system was built to profit from your inertia. Knowing how it works is how you stop being a passive participant in it. If you want to understand more about how money systems are designed and how to navigate them, subscribe to Broke Thinking. New video every week. See you in the next one.